Yo guys, this is Reinhardt, this is your favorite Russian talking, and today I'm gonna show you guys a bit of a commentary as well of a really good fight in Baldur's Gate 3 on a Tactician difficulty for my Oathbreaker. Oathbreaker is one of the most offensive paladins, so if you go in a fight you have to go full balls to the wall. Just jump in there, pop your AoE fear, and what fear does in this game, it basically gives a chance that your opponents are gonna flee, but also anybody who's gonna get frightened, they'll have a disadvantage attacks on you. And that's how usually Oathbreaker tanks, is he just debuffs the shit out of the enemy team to the point where they cannot really attack him all that well. So I popped my AoE fear, the first thing I did. And on my Astarion, that is my vampire thief slash ranger, kind of a machine gun shooter. I'm gonna show you guys his build as well. His build is just gorgeous. So I'm gonna actually try to pop some sneak attacks here, and I'm looking for the what's the have a highest percentage of a hit chance, which is a 64% in this chance. And look at the actual damage. The damage is really nutty. Now this is a Tactician difficulty. I am in Githyanki Fort. These guys are no joke. They hit really hard. You'll see how hard they hit. But what I said is there's also about 8 of them, and I landed on 5 of them fear. But fear doesn't mean automatically they lose their turns or their crowd control. They're just gonna have a disadvantage on your attacks most of the time. Now here I decided to actually not do, for my bonus action I decided to do a repulsion effect and just AoE knockback. The reason we're going to get Yankee Ford is because if you're gonna try to remove the parasite from your brain via Zank's machine, for fuck's sakes. Listen, no, it's going somewhere guys, I promise you. You can have basically a row of saving throws, and at the end, if you resist all of them, your parasite in your brain will get stronger, and your elicited powers, or this mind controlling tadpole powers, gonna become bonus actions, not the main actions, which is fantastic for my main character because he's Paladin, and Paladins don't really have a good bonus action dump per se. So with that said, the enemy gets the turn right now, and just out of a couple moves here, my main vampire guy is down to 50% HP. My Lazdale, my two-handed warrior is down to 20% HP. Again, the enemies in this game are not joke, but I also didn't find them particularly that difficult on Tactician, but that's probably because I can theory craft the shit out of the builds. My cleric is also have a very interesting build. Now, because the cleric kind of opened up with attack, I cannot cast anything right now, because anything that's been casted, it will be interrupted by this Gustil Growl. And I'll show you guys how counterspell works just for the next match. So I'm just gonna skip my turn here. The enemies get frightened, they put in hold the person, basically CC'd one of my people as well. They CC'd Astarion, and all of a sudden I got the critical miss on my Lazel, otherwise she would have been dead. And it would have been easily 2 against 8 instead of 3 or 4 against 8. So now I'm gonna chop in Gish Umarek, which is one of those defensive idiots who's holding Astarion back, and I'm gonna try to chop him off, and I'm gonna try to kill him as soon as possible. I'm gonna give action surge to myself so I can get rid of the hold person. What the hold person does, it basically puts the person into paralysis, where they lose their turns. But on top of it, it also paralyzes them to the point where any attack on them becomes critical hit. I use my offhand attack to finish one guy on just a very little HP, and the main attack and another offhand attack onto another guy with my Astarion. I'm gonna showcase guys his full build, his James Bond full build. It's really fun. Definitely whoever playing this game would definitely recommend using it for your Astarion build. Now my main character can finally actually dish out some damage. We're gonna do an auto attack on Argent Kurd. She gets blown up, gets switched to attack to Raider. Also, I don't have a great weapon master yet. I did the Oathbreaker and I picked the heavy armor mastery for my first like till level 5. So now I'm waiting my level 8 so I can pick up another talent. I'm not willing to respec into the Warlock and do the whole build like I guys showed you, not until I hit level 10 on my main Paladin character. Here I'm casting the Firebolt so that this person can counterspell Interrupted. So now on my bonus action I actually can cast AoE healing, and that's needed so because also they fucked up Lazel. And my main character is like, no, not Lizelle. I mean, they shocked a couple times, but that's about it. So with that said, is the enemy starts getting to heal, and the enemy forces are dwindling down to about, I would say, what is like 3 against 4 now, 4 against 4. Popping another healing on Lizelle. She's down to about only 16 HP, and she's lost her turn because she was basically kind of knocked down. I'm gonna finish up a Raider Jill, whatever the fuck these names, Git Yankee, man. Git Yankee assholes, by the way. And I also decided to just basically cleave them both so I can finish up one of the guys because he was relatively low, and then start doing damage on the main Ghostly Professor. And then my Astarion finishes her off too, with just only one enemy unit left. Guys, certainly would recommend playing this game. Go into the fort, resist the machine so you can pick up and use your elite powers as the bonus then. Also, I'm one of those who gave my main character a lot of those parasites, so he is gonna be as powerful, as strong as possible, without becoming elite. Fuck it, power is power. With that said, love you guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.